Today, very excited to be talking with Jack and Catherine. They are part of a really cool production of And Then There Were None happening at the Beckwith Theatre in Dowagiac, a very cool theater to go and see a show. But I'm very excited to talk with you guys. Now, Jack, you're the director of this show. Is that right?
That is right.
Tell us a little bit about And Then There Were None for people that don't know this classic play.
Classic is right. It is the best-selling mystery in history, with 100 million copies sold, and it's it's on the list as the seventh best-selling play of all time. It's Agatha Christie, of course, and I think one of the things that has made it so iconic is obviously one of the things about a mystery is it's building to the end, and there needs to be a certain amount of surprise at the end. And I believe Agatha was the first one who did the twist the way that she did, and we don't want to talk about it now, but let's say this: if you go to the play and you know the ending and you're with someone who doesn't, please don't tell them.
Right. Yeah, the suspense is the best part when you get to you get the final moments, the climax of the play. I actually was just talking to you guys about that. I was in that play many years ago when I was in college, and it was I remember reading it for the first time, and I was like, "No way!" and
Yeah.
that's what you're always going to get with an Agatha Christie play. And I think that's why theaters love to do Agatha Christie plays specifically, because there's always really good mystery, but there's also really good characters that are part of it too.
Right. And I want to let Catherine say something, but first I want to say something about Catherine.
Yes.
You said really good characters, and you're right. The complexity of the play Agatha creates really challenging and really rewarding roles for the characters. And we have a great cast, Catherine being one of them. I have worked a lot with Catherine, and she knows, at her age, she knows more about theater than most people that I work with. She is a director. She is an actress.
Yeah.
She teaches drama in high school, and she's just a joy to work with.
Absolutely. Catherine, excited to talk with you because I know we've had chats in the past about other shows that you've been a part of in the past. So this is, I'm sure, one that have you ever played a role in this show before in the past, or is this your first time being a part of And Then There Were None?
I have never played in this specific play, although it's been on my wish list for about 15 years now. I go back on Facebook and I can find where I was like, oh, wouldn't it be great to be in this play? So when I saw that the Beckwith was doing it this season, very excited to audition. And then I ended up getting cast. So this has been a dream come true to really work with very talented people. I keep coming back to the Beckwith. It's a great group. It's a great location. A lot of good things.
Yeah. And you play Bloor, detective, right?
Yeah, Detective
Yes.
Bloor, although people keep not calling her detective, but she's earned that title.
Right. And that's what I think what makes this play probably one that you have said has been on your bucket list, is that not only are there good characters to play, but also the ensemble is always pretty interesting too.
Yeah, this is really great. And Then There Were None. It's right in the title. It starts out with quite a few people, and then it starts to dwindle down as it goes on. So we really need strong actors all the way around. It's an ensemble cast, really no lead actor to it.
What have you loved during this process of putting the show together? Because you were telling me beforehand, before we started, is that once you get your costumes on in that rehearsal process, it feels like things change. But what have you enjoyed during the rehearsal process?
Oh, absolutely. I think a big part of what I've enjoyed so much during this whole thing is getting to know the people who are playing the characters and then further exploring the characters. So you read it one time, whether it be the novel or the play or what have you, and you have an idea about who each of these characters are. But when you bring in 10 people and they're playing these 10 different characters in the way that they imagine it, you start to say, oh, I never thought of it that way. Or, oh, wow, it really looks like this is happening right now, and I hadn't considered that. So yeah, just once you start adding in the sets and the props and the costumes and all of those things, it gets really interesting.
Yeah, and as Jack kind of mentioned, we were talking about I've played older characters, and Jack mentioned that you can only play old characters now. But Catherine, have things changed the way you approach theater now that you're teaching this as well?
I think with teaching comes the directing. I work at Penn High School, and so I get to do a lot of their things. And directing in general opens up your eyes to a lot of things for acting. You start to consider not only what you're doing as an individual, but how are you reacting to other people, and how does sort of the tableau of the whole thing look? So for me as an actor approaching things now that I'm a little bit older, a little bit more experienced, it becomes more of a holistic view than maybe a more individual view that I had prior to that.
Right. Beckwith Theatre has this show, and then there were none this weekend as well as next weekend. Jack, let's talk a little bit about, of course, coming to see this show. You guys have some really great things going on as you're in that final stages of rehearsal process. Opening weekend is this weekend. What do you guys have planned for it?
A smash hit. No, Catherine's absolutely right. She gave a very good answer to what stood out the most for her, and she gave a very good answer about the technical parts of it. For me, one of the greatest things has been the fun. It is a great not only great people, but great actors, and we've had a great deal of fun, and it's all funneled down now to these last 4 or 5 rehearsals, and there is a different feeling to it, and I'm really, really pleased with how it's come together.
Yeah, things change through that rehearsal process when you're just going and over and over and over again. But then when you introduce that audience to that, the rhythm of everything and just the feel of it totally changes. But so opening weekend is this weekend. So you have an opening night special thing going on. A wine night?
Yes, we have for our shows, the opening night, the first Friday night, we have wine night, which we partner with one of the local wineries. We also do a beer night, one of the local wineries, and it's a wonderful thing. Community theater is what we do, and with the wineries, it broadens the reach in the community and ties people and different groups together. So it's a lot of fun, and particularly in comedies, people have a lot more fun when they're drinking.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and then with this one, you feel like you're kind of part of the get together that happens in the play. It's like, oh, you have the audience members; they're kind of part of it as well. That sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and there is a little comedy in this play as well. So, if we want to come see this show, how do we go about getting tickets for it?
You can call. The telephone number is 782-7653. You can also buy tickets online at the website, which is beckwiththeatre.com, and it is surprisingly easy to do. So if you haven't done it before, I would argue, please don't be intimidated and see what you can do, because you can pick your seats there and then, and it works very well, I think.
That is really great. And I noticed as I go to beckwiththeatre.com, I noticed, I don't know if you guys decided this as you were getting ready for this season, this overarching theme of sort of that murder mystery or kind of detective kind of feel to it, because you've got a couple more shows coming up in this season that kind of have that same kind of vibe.
Yes, we didn't set out per se to do it, but as we were putting the season together, reading plays, deciding what we wanted to do, we noticed that a few of them were coming together, and especially like this one, very well-known ones. And so the board at one point said, let's just look at this idea. How would this work? And we feel it came together very well. And I think the audiences and the attendance has borne that out.
And Catherine, I know you've performed and also directed at the Beckwith. For somebody that's never gone to see a performance at the Beckwith, why should they come and check it out?
On top of the fact that it's a small building, and so you're not sitting in the nosebleeds, you're not trying to crane around any kind of a support column or anything. It's also just a group of people that as soon as you walk in that door, they greet you. It's very welcoming. It's a really good feel for the architecture and the people that work there. Lots of volunteers. We've got the board who's very involved with getting the shows up and working, concession stand, the wine night, the beer night. So it really is, I think Jack mentioned community theater, and the Beckwith puts the community in community theater. And so I love that as a performer and as an audience member.
Yeah, I totally agree, as I've had a chance to be on that stage a few times. So yeah, definitely one to enjoy. And this weekend and next weekend, and then There Were None is going to be playing, and you guys are going to be fantastic. I know it, and you got an amazing cast. Any other things that we might have missed before we come check out this show?
Yes, a couple of thank yous. We have 4 sponsors: Stark's Funeral Home, Roadie's Heating and Cooling, Sailor's Pizza, and this is a very nice thing. In memory of one of the great supporters of the Beckwith Theatre, who has passed away, and her husband helps sponsor productions now, which is very, very nice. We are, of course, always grateful to sponsors, but particularly at this juncture, Catherine mentioned the building. The building is 150 years old, and we are facing a very large tuck pointing job. And so we have a campaign where we are trying to raise funds to help make that a reality. And while we are doing it, when we finish that, we would like to be able to do some things to remodel the lobby and make it a little easier and nicer experience for our patrons. So if anybody who comes or anybody who hears this, if you are able to come and are able to contribute anything, it is very, very welcome, and I believe put to really good use.
Absolutely. Definitely support the Beckwith in any way you can, whether it be seeing a performance or helping them out, like you mentioned, with that fundraising. But thank you guys so much for taking a little time with me to talk about this. I know it's going to be a fantastic show, and looking forward to more great performances and great conversations with you guys in the future. But thank you so much for joining me today.